Hello everyone, Exile Grayson here. So this is it. It took us a bit too long to make this, but it is finally finished. There is some issues with it. It's not perfect, but we were close to hitting this deadline and we wanted to get it as quickly done as possible. So you may see some graphical errors, you could see spelling errors and stuff like that, or the editing may be a bit off, but the main thing is we finally finished the first concept video. So this concept video is basically we pick something. It could be a video game, it could be a TV series, it could be anything, and we create a concept of what that topic could be made into. And this one is video games, as I've got some experience working with video games. I've been 3D modeling for the past nearly 10 years. I've been working in Unity engine for the last 10 years. So it was a cool idea where we were thinking of creating these different like scenarios and different franchises of what could be made. So quick disclaimer, this will not be released. You will not be able to download this and play it, but there is a few things that I have created as a few goodies for you. So once this is finished, and if you're really excited, you can go in the description and you'll be able to download a goodie zip file which will have things like music, it will have artwork, it will even have lyrical sheets and the score, and also the loading screens which are done in 4K. So yeah, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the first episode of the Xiled One concepts. And today's topic is
is endless forever night.
She was dead. I lost control. Lacroix was ready to end it, stake in hand. I told him to do it. He raised the stake, and then her eyes flickered open, golden, empty. He stopped. She hated it, hated me, said this wasn't living. So I went looking, and I found it. A cure. I gave it to her, watched her walk back into the light. Then I vanished. Now the rooms are out there. Tranto's pulling them in again. Old friends, old enemies, all looking for the same thing. One of them is looking for me. His name is Henry Fitzroy.
Mon Dieu. Well, well, what do I owe this honor of having His Royal Highness step into my club tonight? Dead? Ah, mon cher. Sometimes it's refreshing to let the world believe you're gone. A little time away for soul searching. Toronto has a way of pulling us back, though, doesn't it? Nicola. Always the center of attention, isn't he? You're not the first to come asking. Why now, Henry? Ah, you noticed. Her name is Kristen. Bright, ambitious, perhaps too ambitious. She reminds me of someone I once knew. You'll have to speak to her yourself. Oh, him. That's Mick St. John, visiting Toronto. He's from Los Angeles. Bit like Nicola, wants to be human. But he's a private eye. If you truly seek Nicola, talk to Christine.
You're Henry Fitzroy, right? Jeanette said you might be coming. How can I help? I don't know where Nick is, but I've been renting his loft. He left files, journals, things he didn't take with him. If you want answers, that's where you'll find them. Here's the key. It's down Gateway Lane. Jeanette found me in Texas. I guess she saw something worth saving. She gave me a life. Or an unlife. I owe her. Besides, this city has more to offer than dusty highways and tumbleweeds. Not much, just fragments. Old cases, names of mortals who didn't make it. He kept everything neat, like he was afraid someone would need to follow the trail one day. Maybe he expected you.
Hello there. Where does your deepest desire want to take you? Your Royal Highness?
Yes, Forever Night, and that was the first bit of gameplay. So the idea is the game would work pretty much similar to Vampire the Masquerade plays. So as you can see, there was a dialogue tree. The club had been recreated. It was a hybrid of the Season 1, Season 2 and elements of Season 3 to create a amalgamation of the Raven Nightclub, because it was very difficult to 3D model it, because a lot of the artwork and a lot of the screenshots on the Wikipedia was not very good. They were really low quality, but luckily there's been someone who has been making fan-made music videos and they have really been instrumental in creating this. So as you can see, you walk in, you meet Jeanette, and you also meet a few other people. The idea is this takes place after Season 3. In fact, it takes a few years after Season 3, where Natalie had survived, Nick had gave her the cure, he's now gone and disappeared. Jeanette had survived, she hadn't died, she just went away for a bit and came back. LaCroix has just disappeared, he's basically gave everything to Jeanette and just disappeared, so we don't know where he is. Henry Fitzroy is the protagonist of the TV show Blood Ties. Now, Blood Ties was a series that took place around about the year 2000. It was set in the same location as Forever Night took place in Toronto, and so did Blood Ties take place in Toronto, and it does sort of follow the same sort of themes, but it goes more mythical. So the idea was for the story is that he has came to Toronto. The rumours of this cure has been going around, so they don't know who has been given the cure. They just know that this cure has been given. They know that Nick was the one who had found it, so they are trying to find Nick and find out where the cure is, because if you watch the episode The Fix, there is a reference that if the cure was found, it could be used as a weapon against vampires. So there's that. Also, a lot of other things are starting to come out the woodwork. A lot of old friends, old enemies. There's even certain creatures are starting to come out. So obviously Henry, who embraced being a vampire, he loves being a vampire, but he does not want to see humanity, become slaves. And so he is coming to try and find the thing and end it and destroy it, to try and save humanity. So obviously we go and find Jeanette, we ask her questions, we go to Kristen. Now Kristen is a character that is based off a really good friend, and we'll talk more about her later, but she's basically there, she's renting the flat that Nick had originally rented, and Henry leaves and there's someone waiting for him outside, a nice little gentleman asking him, what do you desire? And in the way that will work is it's very simply like how it would work with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. You'd have the map, you'd be able to see where, like, all the different locations you'd be able to go to. So it'd be like the police station, you'd be able to go to the morgue, you'd be able to go to the Loft, the Rave, the Nightclub. There'll be a few other locations as well from both Blood Ties and from Forever Night. You also notice we got a pop-up that says that we've unlocked an item. So there is an inventory system. So the inventory system would literally give you things like your blood, so you can have blood to keep keep your vitae up. We use a lot of like Vampire the Masquerade terms for this because it's probably the best way to describe it. But like your vitae is your blood, so you'll be able to use your vampiric abilities. You'll also have like your body can take damage, so you'll have two types of different health things that you have to keep an eye on. Also Jeanette, when you go to her, she'll also give you abilities to simply keep you like your alignment. So there's another character that we'll talk about later, but they all give you an alignment, so you can embrace your vampiric nature or embrace your humanity, and they'll both have their own different perks. Being more vampiric, that means you can do more supernatural things, like you'll be able to fly at some point, but you'd also be able to like control people and you'd see things out, whereas being as a human you'd build up more with your creativity and your charisma, and you basically act more like a human and be able to blend in more with the humans. So there's a lot of different things that the alignment would work. But with the inventory as well, you'd also have a codex or journal, which will literally give you like how you can sort out your cases. You'll also be able to, when you find things like descriptions about items, you'll also find about characters. So if, like how you mentioned Nick St. John, you'd be able to find out a little bit about him, and you'd have like a little bio of him. So you'd have all these different things. And then not only that, with the inventory system, there will be something else, which would be something I will show you later. But you know what? Let's just show you some more gameplay. You want to see some more gameplay? Because obviously we now know that he's gone to a certain individual and he's asked where does he want to go. So we will get a ride and we will now be going to the Loft.
A file on me? Nat? She's meant to be dead. I must head there at once.
So there we go, the Nick's loft. As you can see, I've tried to recreate it as best as possible, but Kristen has took over. She has been renting the place, so obviously she's had a few things. She's had her paintings put up there, and around there was going to be things like you'd be able to open up the fridge and you'd find certain items such as blood. The overall location, there was going to be things on the upper floor. There was going to be some things in the little room as well. And the idea was you could go to the rooftop, and also you probably saw a little reference to Dark Knight. There was like a vampire at the end of Dark Knight who is looking down at Nick, and I wanted to add that little slight nod to it. But also, as you could see, we had the VCR tapes. Now, you may be wondering, well, what were they? And they were basically different iconic episodes to me of Forever Night, where I think we could do certain missions, like maybe do episodic content where it would be we recreate some of those iconic episodes, like Bad Blood, like Dying for Fame, like Hunted, like The Fix. We could have had so many different ones that we could do. So, and also Dead Air. So I was thinking we could do something similar to that, because obviously if you think about the actors now, that it's been that was done in 1994 and 1993, 1992. So the actors are not in the physical state now that they were back then. But I think that we could, use their voices. If they could come back and do the voice acting, we've done some really cool things where people have managed to recreate the actors in 3D. So we could do something like that where we'd have them recreated, probably even update them slightly in more mid-90s fashion. But at the same time as well, there's been different groups like Resonance of Evil who have hunted down different forgotten actors of the original Resident Evil, and they've brought them into the light. And there was a certain actress who disappeared from the limelight, and I wonder if she still thinks about Forever Night, and I wonder if if she knows how much the fans miss her and loved her in the role. Obviously one about the actress who plays Jeanette, who just disappeared off the limelight and went on to become a teacher. But it would be cool to bring them back and get the actor who played LaCroix, and get Nick, and get Nat, and get all the actors. I mean, even Skank. We could bring Skank back and just get them to come back and reunion and do a really cool game. I think that would be really cool. But as you could see, there was something hidden. There was a little file, and it had the Toronto police on there. But there was something else as well that we really need to talk about. So you may have noticed Kristen's been having a lot of time in this. The main reason being is because she's the main influence behind this project. She was the one who inspired me by making the music video for Bleeding Heart. She's also done a lot of the music of the Nightclub, so the Dark Side of the Glass, Darkness, The Hunger. She's done all these really cool music videos, and some of them have appeared on the DVD. But she's also gave me things like the actual logo font. So when you see the Forever logo, that font she gave to me, which has really helped, and she's been very supportive with this project and giving me ideas. And it was mainly her as well who, when she saw the animation for the first time, she was like, yeah, you should do a full game. So she's been really inspirational, and a lot of the stuff that she's kept, she's been remastering a lot of the footage. She's been updating the music videos and putting in different screenshots and bringing in the behind the scenes and fixing them up and putting them on her YouTube channel. So she has really been very instrumental in this. And a lot of times I've had her music videos on my second screen, so I could literally freeze frame and try and 3D model them to that detail. But also I forgot to mention about the music for the Raven Nightclub. A lot of this was all done via AI. So there was a tool that was recently created where we could just put the tracks in and get them to replicate that style. So a lot of the music you'll hear has been made in that way. So it's all the music is AI generated, but the lyrical content, some of it is AI and some of it is my own lyrical content. But I think you may have noticed there was a certain tape there as well, wasn't there? Yeah. You saw the night vision tape? Well, Kristen, I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I'm also going to say right now, I hope you're okay with me making this, but Kristen, this is for you. So there you go. I used one of her videos. It was the Living Dead Girl video that she made, but I updated it to make it look a bit like it was running from a VHS. The song as well was AI generated, so if you want that, All the music in this video is in the description, but we'll talk about that later. But she has been inspirational, like everything about her. She's been so inspiring. Like every little thing that I've tried to do is mainly because of her. But there has been other things where, like, if you notice on the Raven level, you may have noticed on certain bottles there was references to Kev, and there was Anja as well. So, but we'll talk about them later. It was just mainly I wanted to do something really special for Kristen, because she's mainly been the one who's inspired this whole thing and helped me create that. So I just thought it'd be really nice and sort of allow her to come into that world, because she's got so many different things. Obviously she's got the outfit that Jeanette owns as well, which is so cool, the fact that she's got that, and that music video she's wearing that exact outfit. So I thought canon wise it would have worked, because obviously she has been turned by Jeanette. So I just thought it'd be really cool, and also it's like a little nod to her and say, like, as a thank you. And one day we actually get to meet face to face, because obviously she lives across the pond. I live in the UK, she lives in America, and yeah, she's just so talented, and I just wanted to point that out. So yeah, so obviously we've got one last location to go to, because as you saw on the file, Henry Fitzroy was being investigated, and a certain someone had signed the file, and they take you to the morgue. So let's go to the morgue.
Hello? Just a minute, I'll be right with you.
We interrupt this program with a special report. Authorities in Romford have confirmed that Dark Place Hospital was briefly the site of a dimensional disturbance. Witnesses described it as a portal to hell. 2 members of staff are said to have successfully contained the anomaly, though reports indicate a 3rd colleague has not been accounted for. Officials stress that the situation is under control, though they advise residents to avoid the hospital grounds until further notice. When pressed for comment, one nurse simply stated, "It was a Tuesday." And now back to your listening pleasure of the song Across the Glass.
Wait. You're Henry Fitzroy, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Because it was safer. If anyone thought I survived, they would have hunted me, and worse, hunted Nick.
The cure left a side effect. In the dark, they glow. It's not hunger, not power, just a reminder of what I was.
Sometimes I lost strength, power, certainty. But the sun on my face, that's worth more than anything. He's still in Toronto. And Henry, he's looking for you.
And that's it. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It has took me a lot of time and effort. I know it's took so long, but I wanted to get everything right. And you know, I just want to say thank you to the Forever Night fan group. They've helped me in so many different ways. Kev has been pushing me constantly to try and get this done, and obviously Kristen, she's been like uploading stuff on her Twitter and her Instagram, so she has been just every single time I see something, been getting my brain going and making me like, right, I've got to finish this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. And to work on this and manage to get something like this made in under a year, I mean just over a year, it's an achievement in my own right. And the fact that I've it's allowed me to expand on my creativity and trying to build something new, and it's given me a chance to sort of work on a Vampire the Masquerade type game, because that's one of my favourite games. But the Forever Night fan group has just been supportive. Every little thing that I've posted, I've had so many likes and comments. People have been giving me just going, cannot wait, we can't wait to see this, we're really excited. They really want to play it, and I wish I could release it as a playable game, but one, there's a lot of reasons why it won't be made, but it's mainly because of time, money, legality wise. But I'm not going to leave you empty handed. I promised you a few things, you can get a goodie file. So if you look in the description below, there's going to be 2 links. There's going to be a Google Drive link, which will give you a zip file that will have all the music that was used in the game. You'll have like the score and the custom music from the albums, from the club. You'll also have lyric sheets, so you can have the lyrics, and there's going to be the graphics. So you can have the SVG files for both the Forever Night logo, you're going to have the old Raven logo and the new Raven logo. Not only that, I forgot to mention, we've also got a Forever Night fan Discord, which I have made, and it's called the Raven, and it's the Forever Night fan Discord. So the link for the invite is in the description as well, so you'll be able to go click that and see what we have created, and get the conversation going. Not only that as well, it's just a good place where you can share your fan theories, fan fiction, fan art, anything you want. If you want to chat about anything, there's episodic discussions, and if you want to even talk about the game, what would you want to do? It would be cool if there was a way we could just create these things. I mean, something that Anja said to me, and she's so true, because all of this was created with mostly free stuff. Like the engine was Unity, the 3D modeling was Blender. This has all been edited via Audacity and DaVinci Resolve. But even she was saying how AI is something that is a very tricky subject to talk about, but it has helped me push this project further than I could have done before. And obviously the voices and stuff like that was all AI generated, the music was AI generated, the artwork was all generated as well. So it was sometimes I had to manipulate things to make use the AI and then add my own little spin to it. It's the same with Kristen's video. When I remade that, I did that through DaVinci Resolve. That was not AI at all, but the music was. So AI really does help us, and it's phenomenal. And it's the fact that this series ended in 1994, so the fact that people are still talking about it today, and it's building friendships and relationships from all over the world. Like I said, Kristen is from America, I'm from the UK, Anja's from Germany, I think Kevin's also from America, and we've all been talking, collaborating, trying to give ideas of what we could do. And I think we are getting to that point where we could do a season 4 with AI, but at the moment it's still not there. I also think as well it would just be nice that if the Forever Night, the people who are on the rights, or if any of the actors or stuff like that could just suddenly come about and go let's work on a game, and we get funding and people do a Kickstarter and things like that. I think it would be really cool, because I think Forever Night as a video game is the best way forward. Like I said before, we could recreate some of the episodes, we could even expand on it, we could even retcon season 3, because season 3 is not one of my favourites. I think season 2 is my favourite, season 1 was cool, but there's a lot of things that Forever Night did wrong at the very end, and certain characters that got killed off that shouldn't have been killed off, and some of them was left ambiguous because they couldn't make a decision. So I think this is the best way of doing it. But also, you're probably wondering how would I end the story? How would the story end? Well, obviously it would be Nat. Nat is telling Henry that Nick is looking for him. They then actually find another cure, and they give it to Nick. And Nick and Nat retire. They go away and die of old age. Whereas Jeanette and Henry, they sort of have this relationship playing off each other, which we don't really see in Blood Ties, but it could happen. But also, I did write a fan-made crossover of Blood Ties and of Forever Night, so that will also be in the description down below. Like I said, this can't be released, but it's an idea. It gives you an idea of what is possible, and with the technology we've got today, we can do something really cool as fans. And that's why I've said the AAA. Something I'm starting to say about a lot about the AAA developers. Gaming is not exclusive anymore to big companies, to people who've got degrees. A lot of the stuff that I've used, a lot of stuff that I've made, I have done via being self-taught. I don't have a diploma. I was never taught this in school. I learnt this as I left, and so it just shows that even with little amount of money, you can still make some really cool stuff. So there you go. Plus also, I have left a tease for the future, so we may see another Xiled One video coming. But at the moment, we're going to be having a hiatus. The main reason being is because now I want to go and work on my own project, which you can follow on the Neo Noir Discord, and you can also go and follow it on my Twitter, on our YouTube channel. I'll put all the links in the description, and yeah, that's it really. So I personally just want to say thank you to Kristen, to Kev, and to Angie. That you lot have been so amazing. Even there's not been any negativity. Only one person came to me with true criticism, and it was constructive criticism, and he was absolutely right, and I thank him for that. So I can't remember your name, but you know who you are if you're watching this. So yeah. Till then, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow the links in the description. That take to all the social media platforms, and yeah. Got one last thing to say, and that is greetings, traveller. Xiled One out.